Hey everybody, just thought I would try and make a little instructional video on a do-it-yourself fig rig, or a steady wheel, I guess, different names for them. Saw it on YouTube, decided to make one myself, and it came out pretty good. So I'm going to show you what I did with mine and make another one. This is the finished product of the first one I did. Did some different things from different videos that I liked and incorporated them. Sorry I don't have more specs and stuff, but this is 3/4 inch PVC pipe. I want to say 90-degree elbows or 45-degree elbows. There's probably no more about this, but you'll see them depending on how big you want it. That is like a cross connector, so it's got 4 little plates. You don't have to have that, but I put that one in there because it allows the stand to stand. Just like that. A lot of them didn't have that, so you had to constantly carry it around and things of that nature. This is called a conduit box. You can find it in your electrical department. I got a plastic one. There's different shapes. But it was giving a flatter surface for the camera to stay on, whereas most just had you putting your camera right here on the top. Raised up like that much. So I didn't really care for that. I wanted more stability. So I got a conduit box. Then I went one step further and got a plastic cover in the same electrical department at Home Depot and bolted that down. So now I've got a nice flat surface for my DSLR. If you're using a smaller camera or a GoPro, that little thing in the middle will just be perfect. You probably don't need much else. I haven't installed the rubber grips like from a lawnmower, just for more comfort right there, but that's what's eventually going to be there. Right here is a 1/4 inch bolt. I think mine's a 4-inch long. It goes through here, and there's a spring. I'm sorry, a nut, a spring, another nut, and it comes out right up here. And this thing just does, none of it moves. And then I sealed it all together with PVC glue or adhesive. Let it dry, and it dries real quick, so you got to be super careful with it. I had to chunk a few pieces that dried too quickly, and they were turned the wrong direction. But basically, I can put my camera on. Mine's a little off center, but I'm going to do another one here shortly, and looks a little bit better. But it's pretty cool. You hold it like so. Do your thing. Do your thing. All right. And of course, paint it black, make it look shiny. I was thinking about putting some red on it. What do you think? I'm not going to go this small, but you can see those 4 prefabbed pieces fit right into each other. So honestly, if I wanted a much smaller rig, then I could go with that. This would be perfect for, perfect for like a GoPro or smaller little digital camera. But we're going to go a little bit bigger. This is going to be the mount for the camera. Take a 1/4 inch, 4 inch in length. I think it's a 20 bolt. I think it's a carriage bolt. It will actually fit in most all the cameras. That's actually what you're going to plug your camera into. Down at the bottom, I put a little nut. Tighten it as much as you can. And then I use these little springs. They keep tension on it and keep it always nice and tight there for you. So you coat it down. This is going to go into the bottom of the conduit box. Conduit box, which I have drilled the hole in. There will be a small panel that goes on the top of that. So we'll go through there. Usually it'll be flush here, and it will be in the end, but that's going to have a little peg on the bottom. So that'll go up higher. The conduit box or the panel will go on top of that. And you'll have your flat surface on there. So it's constantly tightening itself. Cool. Here's the elbows from Home Depot. I actually got a package of 10. It was cheaper than the individual ones, but I know for that one you need at least 10 of the elbows to connect. Here is the conduit box that I told you about. It unscrews, so you can actually work in the middle of it. Stuff like that. You're going to be drilling your hole out the top of that from the bottom. That's where you'll need the caps, which are right there at the bottom. So you'll put your screw through the cap, allow it to hang out. Put your spring and your nuts, and put the cap on the end of the piece. I use a small piece of PVC that is in there. You can't see it. It's coming out of the bottom of the conduit box. Sticks out about yay far, puts the cap on the end. Sorry for the shaky camera. I'm not a videographer when it comes to YouTube. Here's the plates that I told you about. Non-metallic, black cover, whatever you want to use. Just different kinds. Here's a regular T connector. That's the name, T connector. These are 3/4 because they coincide with the size of the PVC pipe that you're going to buy. And all of this probably around 30 bucks total. And I had a bunch left over, so I'm going to use some of it. Here they are. 1/4 inch, 20 by 4 inch bolts. And they got the, so you can screw them in at the bottom. I got some 2.5s because I'm going to add some areas to where I can put maybe my monitor or my little Rode mic up here. Different things. Because I want to be able to attach all those items. But I still left enough room at the top for the Rode mic to still mount on my camera if I want to free up that space. Well, today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to make a little squared off one, smaller, with a handle. And I found these prefabbed pieces in the electrical department, same size of the 3/4. And they just piece together right away. So a lot of my work is done. Don't need as many of the elbows. Actually, I don't need the elbows at all because of the shape I'm going to use this one for. That, I'm going to make another one shaped like that. Alright, put these pieces together, I'll show you them here. And we're going to make this one a little different. I'm going to try something with a handle. And here's the conduit box with the 2 bolts, a washer if you want to, and the spring. And of course the plate on top. The reason I have the plate and the spring is because maybe that bolt is too long. I can always open up this little conduit box, tighten the tension on there, or loosen it depending on how much more bolt I want to expose above the plate so that my camera is flush, or some people like a little space between the plate and the base of their camera so they don't scratch it. So that's the reasoning behind that. Alright, this is the finished one. It looks kind of weird, but I like it. So I can film like that, resting it on my shoulder, for more stability, I guess. Can do like handheld shots, low, and just a variety of things, I guess, if you really want to hold it like that. But the camera will place right here on the conduit. I'm going to put a flat piece right here on the top, just for additional space. I left enough, let's see if we can do this here. Left enough space for the flip screen to come out and not be affected by your hands. You can still, plenty of room to mount whatever you want, additional microphones, whatever have you. And you can still rest it right there nice and easily on the shoulder for stability. And see the screen right here. As you can see, there's a lot of trial and error on this one. Some things didn't match up as far as lengths that I anticipated. But primarily I'm using just a little spacer right here to connect another piece of 3/4 inch to the original 3/4 inch prefabbed, the T connector. These are 1.5 inch spaces right here. In between the spacers, pieces of PVC, and these are 1 inch. I don't know how that fit in, that it wasn't the same measurement, but up top it's a little bit higher. So it's got a little angle on it because I just decided to make it look like that. It's just cool. And there you are. Camera here. Go whatever. Go to sleep. Whatever you want to do. Anyway, I thought it was cool. Hopefully you can make one even cooler and we can all learn from it. These are just things I picked up from watching YouTube videos as well. So, happy hunting, happy movie making, whatever it is you're using it for. Later. And this is the final result. Still gonna add some tape for grips, and then drill holes right up here for mics or monitors or sound recorder, something. Just kind of keep all my gear in one. But it's very lightweight. This one doesn't have legs or a stand like this one. So next time I make one, I'll probably incorporate that. But it's very neat. Just gotta be careful with the glue because it dries super quick, and I've had errors before where I had to scrap pieces. So plan and cut your pieces way ahead of time and have it all ready to go. And if you have any questions, just message me. If not, there are a million do-it-yourself ones that are probably much cooler than mine and informative, but just goes to show anybody can do these things. And you don't need to pay $300, $400 for a stabilizer rig. Cool, check it out.